Hello, welcome to Create Pretty Things. I'm Debbie. Welcome, welcome. Today we're gonna use this Paris transfer. Isn't it cute? I found this box and I was just attracted to it for some reason. I don't know whether it was the gold edging or I like wood, but I am gonna use that tonight to put this picture of Paris in. So I'm basically using it as a frame instead of as a tray. So as you hop on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. There is not a keyword tonight because this transfer is actually not in stock, but I got it already and I really wanted to do it. So here we go. These are our Chat Couture transfers. They are reusable. Whoops, before I even get started. And they are sticky on the back side. The first thing I want to do is make a mark on the back so I know that which side is the back side of my transfer. So I put it back together properly. Now these are silk screen transfers. They are sticky. They are reusable between 8 and 12 times. I am going to peel the transfer, I had it started, off its protective backer. Save this backer. You want it to put the transfer back on when you're done. I have something called a fuzzing towel, but you can use your shirt, you can use your clothes, you can use any towel, any piece of fabric basically. And all I'm gonna do is stick this to the towel and lift it a couple times. And that is just to relieve some of that stickiness on the back so that two things, it protects your surface. So if I had painted this or done anything special to it, it would protect it from peeling up. And also it protects your transfer from stretching out. If it sticks really, really hard and you have to pull it and work at it to get it off, it is gonna stretch. And you don't want that to happen because they're reusable between 8 and 12 times. I am just gonna go ahead, and since they're sticky, just be aware that they can stick to each other, just to itself, be careful of it. But I'm gonna lay this down right in the center of my tray. Now it is a little bit larger than this box, so I am going to have to work on it to see if I can get it centered and straight. So I think it's centered, but I don't think it's straight. So that's your hardest part for this task tonight. It's just going to be a quick and easy little one color transfer, and we are going to be done. That's the one thing I love. Well, there's many things I love about these transfers, but you can create beautiful pieces for your home in just a matter of minutes. You don't have to take a lot of time to do these. They can be as simple or as decorative as you want them to be. I'm trying to get this moved up a little bit so it's centered horizontally also. Okay, smooth that transfer down onto your surface. Make sure that you don't have any air bubbles. If you have air bubbles, it is gonna allow the paste to run out underneath and it'll smear a little bit. So you don't wanna do that. Tonight I'm using Mauvelous. It's a peachy, not a peachy, it's more of a purplish pink color. Okay, and this one is, I should have checked it, a little bit, very dry actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray some distilled water in here, and I'm gonna mix it up until it's the proper consistency. And if this doesn't work, we'll go to plan B. I usually try to test my, check out my paste jars before I go on live. But tonight I was just I was kind of excited to do this one. You know, sometimes you have an idea that just pops in your head and you're like, yes, I really wanna do that. And so you kind of hop on a little sooner than you should have. Without making sure that everything's right. So this is supposed to be the consistency of a thick yogurt or a sour cream. And right now it's more like Play-Doh. And that happens sometimes. You just need to mix it up really, really well. It's starting to loosen up a little bit. Let's keep it in the jar. And it may take a couple minutes just to get that workable, but you know what? If it doesn't work out soon, I'm gonna go into a different color. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Usually if you let this sit for a few minutes, it really kind of softens it quicker. But since I'm on live, I'm not sure if I wanna wait that long. Let's see, it's working better. It's getting there, guys. So if you do have any paste that has gotten to be a thicker consistency than when you want it to be. You don't want it to be thick and dry, because if it's too dry, it won't go through the silk screen. It'll get stuck in the silk screen and it won't stay on the surface down below. So we're almost there. I think I need a little bit more water. So what questions do you guys have of me? Do you have any questions about Chalk Couture while we're working on this? It's, let me tell you about Club while we're working on this. Club is a monthly subscription. It's $22.95, I believe, a month. And it gives you an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer, which is this size transfer, and 3 coordinating paste packets. It's a different transfer every month, and it's exclusive. You can't purchase it outright. You have to get it through a club membership or become a designer like I am. And once you become that and you sign up for it, it is delivered monthly to your door. So it's a lot of fun, because a lot of people have group events where they all work together and they kind of see what each other comes up with. You are not limited to the surface that you use. You are going to provide the surface. So you can use whatever you want, whatever pops into your head. For example, this isn't a traditional little surface that most people would use as a frame, but I think it'll work out really, really well for this project. Okay, guys, it's still a little bit lumpy, but it is a lot better. I feel like I can spread it now and have it go through the transfer, but I do have a fan on overhead, and it's going to dry really quickly. And this paste dries quickly as it is. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get a squeegee. And like I said, it's just gonna be a 1 color paste. So as long as I can get it through that silk screen, I think we will be okay. I'm sorry for making you guys watch this. This is something I should have done ahead of time. But if you don't see the live button up in the corner, the red live button, that means you're watching the replay. Do me a favor and comment #replay so that I know that you watched. Every comment I get on this helps my page show it to more people. So if you have anybody else that you think would love crafting, please go ahead and sprinkle it to them. Let them know about the page, and they can also join and follow and do all the things. Okay, so this is still not the optimum consistency, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put a big dollop on here. I'm not sure how it's gonna spread, but I am going to go ahead, use my squeegee, silicone squeegee. It's flexible, and it has a little beveled edge. And I'm just gonna go ahead, oh yeah, it's spreading. And I'm just gonna spread this on. Look how quickly this is. It doesn't take much time at all. I took a lot longer to get the paste going than I am for spreading it on here. So once I get it through and make sure it's all covered, I'm gonna go through and take off any excess paste that I have, put it back in the jar. So I am going to go over one more time. And like I said, you wanna peel this off when the paste is still wet in your screen so that it stays down on the surface below and doesn't pull up with the transfer, okay? So I'm just doing an extra good job of taking off the paste today. So my paste is back in there, and now I'm gonna go ahead and peel off this transfer slowly. Now, if I see that I've missed a spot, if I have any skipping or anything of this chalk paste, I can lay this down before I take it all the way off and re-chalk it. Wow, I can't believe how quickly we got this done, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my transfer with some water, and I'll show you what it looks like. Look how subtle that is. Isn't that great? Now I'm gonna add a bow at the top. And if we wanted to, we could actually paste over this with like a different color, like a black, or you could put the black under and then the pink on top to offset it. But I think this will be very subtle, but a nod to Paris. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this transfer. I'm just gonna get a wet wipe, a paper towel, and I'm gonna wipe off the top surface of this. And our goal in cleaning the transfer is to get all the paste out of the silk screen so that we can use it again. If it's clean, it's reusable. If the paste is in there, you're gonna need to clean it before you use it again. So make sure you clean it, and I always clean it right away, guys. So I'm just gonna wipe it again. And then I'm gonna get what's called a board eraser. And this is just like a magic eraser sponge. I had it sitting in water so that it could be nice and wet. And I'm just gonna rub over the surface, and I'm gonna go a couple different ways so that I get the paste out of there. I'm gonna rinse out my squeegee. I'm gonna flip my transfer over, and I'm gonna work on the back. The back is adhesive, so you just want to go a little more carefully or tenderly on the back of this adhesive on the transfer. And you're gonna wipe up all that chalk paste, and you're just gonna make sure that it's nice and clean. I'm gonna wipe one more time over the front, and then I'm gonna dry it with a paper towel. It doesn't take long at all. Turn on my glue gun while I'm at it. I'm gonna dry the back. Now the back is sticky, but right now while it's wet, it's not too sticky, so you can dry it off while it's wet. Get all that water out of there. And now I'm gonna get my backer that I took off in the very beginning. And remember, I marked the back? That was a pretty smart move, because now I know which side the sticky side goes to. So I'm just gonna apply it back on here. And I am going to smooth it out so that it has a good connection, a good contact with the backer. And I try to get the air bubbles out too, guys. I just want to be stuck to the backer really good. Before I put it away. Okay. So see how you can't see any paste left over in that silk screen? It's white, it's clean. And it is now dry, and I'm ready to put it back in its little sleeve that it came in, cellophane sleeve, and I'm ready to store it away, and I can use it 8 or 12 more times, as much as I want. Now, with my paste, I am gonna go ahead and add a couple more squirts of water, and I will cap it up, but before I put it away tonight, I will stir it again, try to get it back to that consistency so that we don't have to work so hard on it next time, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is make a little bow. So a friend of mine gifted me an easy bow maker yesterday, and I made one bow already. It's on my Highland cow back there, and I just loved it. So let's try and make another one. I've got 2 different sizes of ribbon. A very thick and a thin. That looks like embellished with little diamonds. And I'm just gonna kind of make it as first of all I wanna put some kind of twine, string, zip tie, wire down so that I can tie this up with. So I'm just gonna get a piece of this pretty silver string. I'm gonna put it between the 2 larger stakes or sticks. And I'm gonna go out about 3 inches. So I like this one, this Easy Bow Maker, because it has the markings on here. And I think it makes it really easy. It worked out well for me yesterday when I made this. So I'm gonna go out about 3 inches, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn this so that it's always pretty side up. So 3 inches here, and that will end up being a tail. Maybe I'll make it 4 inches. 4 inches for the first one. And then 3 inches for this tail, this loop. And I'm gonna go ahead and fold it over at 3 inches. And I am going to twist it again. 3 inches. And the twisting is just to make sure that you always have the pretty side up. So about 3 inches. I'm going to go ahead and do another one on this side. 3 inches. Twist. And put it down between those 2 taller stakes. And I'm looking for 2 loops on each side. So pretty side up. You know, I don't know if it matters on this big ribbon. I think they're both pretty. So that one. I have to twist the little one though, because it does matter. And that's going to be underneath. Fold it at 3 inches again. I'm going to put that down between my stakes. So now I have 2 loops on each side. And then I want to cut my tail like at 4 inches. A little bit longer. Are you guys with me so far? Are you following? Yeah, so okay, I have my little bow done. I'm going to take this string that I have, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of pull it through the sticks, and I'm going to tie it to kind of cinch my bow in the center. Whoops. Something tells me I didn't have my string in the right place. So let's try that again. Okay, tie it just to kind of cinch it. I'm going to lift it out. Now I do want to make sure that I bring the knot to the back of this. So I'm going to knot it really tight and cut off the ends. Then here's my bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fluff out these loops. I like how this, the rhinestones really kind of embellish it. I like that. So I'm going to fluff out these loops. And this ribbon was not metallic, wired, so it's going to do whatever it wants to do. Just kind of make this look pretty. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail. Well, maybe I'll just do this one at an angle. Could use some sharper scissors. And this one I'm going to dovetail, which just means to fold it in half and cut it upwards at an angle into the center edge. And then when it unfolds, you'll have this pretty little edge. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Cut the smaller ribbon into an angle. Dovetail this one. Kind of move my tail to the front. Okay, so I got this, and I'm going to go ahead and add a bow. I think right here to this corner. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I think I'll just add some glue. We'll glue it there. Hold it down for a second. So if you have any questions about this product, please let me know. We just had a big launch on Tuesday, and it has all the fall and holiday designs. I know it seems a little early for Halloween, Christmas, fall, but it is really time if you're going to make stuff for gifts, or if you want to make things and sell things, or even to decorate. Start getting that done so that you can start getting organized for the holidays and make it a lot less stressful on you. If you were to go into a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's or any of the craft stores, you will see that they have all their stuff out already. So the stuff is out. You just need to find all the treasures that you want and make it your own. Find something to make. Here's our quick and easy project. Just a little Paris sign. What do you guys think? Do you like it? If you do, please give it a heart. Very subtle design, but I think it looks great. Okay guys, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.